Hello, and welcome to the Table is Yours. I almost call us the face-to-face. Me, hi, you know me. My name's Con Marley. I'm your GM, your DM, your best friend. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me anywhere at Cryles. And for today's fun fact, I had myself a chicken sandwich from Wawa, a little food gas station place that's better than it sounds in the East Coast. Okay, well, let's go and meet our foodie friends who could be furries, starting with Vic Schmidt.
Could be. Hi, I'm Vic. I play Terrence Astonis, resident rat boy. Also, my pronouns are they, them. Terrence's pronouns are he, they. I didn't eat anything because it took a long time to cook pasta, so now I'm eating spaghetti.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I play Wash, pronouns he, him. Yeah, also pasta with sauce.
Okay, faster than me.
Yeah, I snarfed my food.
Hey, I'm Heather Lore. I play Shay Erebos. You can find me on Instagram at Land of Lore. And I had a bunch of veggies and dip over the break. And it's actually a new dip from Trader Joe's. I'm going to plug them here, even though they're not sponsoring us. I just love Trader Joe's a lot.
Hi, I'm Sydney. I play Codex Sayori, Wild Magic Sorcerer, Rune Knight Fighter. Both of our pronouns are she, her, but only on the weekends. I ate something deeply unhealthy, but I made, like a night ago, I made homemade potato mozzarella sticks.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I play Isabella Ballador, Tiefling Paladin Bard of the group. We both use she, her pronouns, and I had red curry with tofu for my little snack.
Hi, I'm Jake. I play Finley Day Galloway, Fairbold Druid, he, him. You can find me anywhere that the wind blows. And I had a spicy chicken sandwich with onions, tomatoes, pickles, ranch, and American cheese. And I'm drinking Dr. Pepper cream soda and Milo sweet tea. If either of you want to sponsor us, I will marry whoever is in charge of your company. And
right.
You can follow us anywhere, of course, at TTIYDND on all socials. We have Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, anywhere you find podcasts, and then Patreon. Support our Patreon so we can get you cool content like we're giving to you now and other things that are on there. But with that, if there are no questions, concerns, comments, or other machinations about food, let us get into the recap of what happened last episode on The Table is Yours. What story shall be sung today? One can never know how the melody might sound. Our adventurers have already begun to pluck the strings of their story, and their combined composition is unfolding like a road before us.
So, we got pretty drunk, and then Shay and Finley were like, let's go to the casino, and I was like, I've never gone, we should definitely go. And Wash and Issa were like, please don't. So, anyway, the three of us went and left Issa and Wash back at the keep. Cut to me trying to woo our way into the back room where all the high rollers are, because I saw it in this play once. I think my womanly charms worked because we got backstage passes, and bam, we're high rollers now. We quickly learned cheating was a massive no-no, because these hooded freaks would show up and suck your life force out of you or something like that. I don't really know. Anyway, we were about to party when we spotted Balthazar's three nerd minions from before, you know, Celia, Bryson, and Kranar. Yeah, they're back. Apparently, they've found new contract work with the Beautification Committee to, like, collect blood and stuff. Anyway, Celia made the betting weird at the table by gambling for our blood. Anyway, we caused a bit of a scene and teleported out of there with the weird blood bag Celia had that we yoinked from her. Back at the keep, Finley played Santa and left some birthday gifts outside of our doors from him that he got us while he was on vacay. And then the next day, Darian showed up and was like, hey, since I'm the bull of the Neramon Society, you have to go to this masquerade Dark Fury is hosting. And we were like, but that seems like a bad idea, but I guess we had to go anyway. Some peeps decided to go shopping, but then Issa's parents showed up and she filled them in on everything that was going down in the city. Wash also told me about how he tortured Bryceia and wanted to find his dad, along with the False Ivories gang, and put an end to everything happening there, and I said, okay, let's kick their heads off. Finley went to give Dogma his birthday present and also check in on him too. Then Shay got us rolling out the door to go shopping for outfits for this masquerade we were going to. On our trip, Terrence hit up Gug to get his lantern upgraded, Wash bought a portable hole, Finley got a moon whip, Shay bought true sight glasses, I said why not, and bought an immovable rod, and Issa got more sending stones. We also got masks to look super suave at this party where I'm sure nothing scary will happen at all.
Throughout the day, Shay has definitely been like sipping from a flask throughout the day. And like she's doing her damnedest to keep people like in conversation and like stay engaged and all of that. But if ever there's like a lull in conversation, she just kind of instantly starts to disassociate. And like if there's not anyone kind of around her, she disassociates to the point where she's like, but she'll snap back instantly if anyone like comes up or talks to her or anything like that. But like if anybody like sees her out of the corner of your eye or something, full disassociation a lot.
Yeah. In those like moments, it'll usually either be like Cinnamon will like brush past her ankle or like land on her shoulder, or it'll just be like a soft like palm on the back from Finley every once in a while.
All right, so yeah, you guys do a little shopping streak. Or you wrap it up, getting all your stuff as you guys return back to the keep for the evening. Is there anything anybody wants to do for the evening?
Wash has to go to the Bloodied Mug.
That's right. Okay. All right. So, Wash and Codex, you guys kind of make your way down to... It's kind of near that southern area where the June box is. It's probably on the opposite side of the town, but it's in that southern district that kind of like hugs the border of where the 4th is. That you find this red brick tavern. It doesn't look like it's also an inn, it just looks like it's a tavern that has a large hanging sign of a tankard spilling blood, frothy blood out of it, and you guys head inside. It is kind of like a simple, not a huge tavern. It's probably about the size of like a medium-sized tap room. It has a double bar on either side, so there are 2 different bartenders, and then it looks like doors that go to the back for probably the kitchen or what have you. Yep, and just lit by sconces, and doesn't look like the friendliest crowd, but I wouldn't say it looks like hostile necessarily either. But, you know, there's this could be like a biker bar in a modern world, you know what I mean?
Have we been here before?
I have. Wash is gonna walk in, say, hey, Nikki, long time no see. Nikki's the bouncer, right?
Nikki is the bartender.
Oh, okay.
Devlin's the tavern owner. Oh my god, blast from the past. You see this kind of like larger Goliath that has he has the pale white skin, and then it looks like a bunch of like, they almost look like they're tattoos that come from the side of him. They're all very symmetrical, except for like scars that will break them. That kind of come in almost like, not claw marks, but they look like slashes that identical go on either side. Like there's nothing that's ever in the center. There's like a strip of white in the center. Not exactly a strip, you know, like it's all clean white in the middle. And there's like these like dark gray tattoos that kind of like mirror on either side of him. And he has kind of just like white clouded eyes, which isn't too uncommon with Goliath. Sometimes they have irises and pupils, or sometimes they just have these clouded eyes, but they can still see fine. Not seen you in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't really needed a seedy place to take a drink.
Seedy. I don't know that's what I would call it. What's your name, sweetheart? Looking over at Codex.
I'm Codex. Nice to meet you. This place
Nikki.
is very cool.
Yeah, we try to do what we do best. Devlin, the owner, tries to make it work, so it works. Can I get you guys something to drink?
Yeah, sure. Could I get a shot of whiskey? Codex, you want anything?
I'm good. I'm still in recovery.
Water then, or, you know?
Yeah, I'll take some water.
All right.
I've got a couple people that should be meeting me here tonight. They already in?
Not that I know of, but still a little early.
You know Durin, right?
Oh, yeah, tiny guy with the big guy that's always around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know him. I haven't seen him in yet, though. No.
Okay, if he comes in, just point him over to my usual spot.
Okay, will do. Yeah, it looks empty currently, so guess that's one mark you left. He kind of smiles and then goes to try to make your drinks.
The side table is a little fucked up, and there's like a permanent blood stain on it from when Wash passed out after a fight.
Oh my god. Takes it all in. This place is cool.
Yeah, I haven't been here since I was late teens, early 20s.
Why not?
It's kind of out of the way. I got jumped in the alley over there, so it didn't really,
Oh shit, okay.
It's nice to see it hasn't really changed, though.
So we're just gonna be here for a while. Do you want to play... She, like, looks around. Is there, like, a dartboard?
There is, yeah.
Do you want to play darts?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like, you guys are playing darts, and Codex, you throw, like, a couple that are closer to the center, and one that probably, with your 22, I'll say one goes to the center, and then Wash kind of, like, stops smoking for a second, and then takes the dart, and it, like, goes through your dart into the center.
What the fuck?
And then, as you're like, what the fuck? You just hear this like, as another dart from somewhere comes through and splits through washes, and you see Clea smoking a cigarette going, "Why'd you invite me here?
How long have you been?
You didn't give me a time. How was I supposed to know?"
Yeah, you gotta pay by the word at Silly Simon's.
Right. Well, I'm here, so would you like to talk?
Yeah, I guess I'll go.
Boom! You hear the doors open as you hear whoosh! As this huge guy, like muscly, he has like a bandana, a gray bandana that like, pulls his hair back. He has like the mutton chops of like kind of silvery gray hair, a huge slash across his face, and he's just like muscled up in this huge, like this white tank top that's very tight to his very muscly body. He looks like he could be half giant kin, and you watch him like run into Wash and just like watch like as
Wash
he
turns
turns
like Dwayne, and then gets picked up.
And you just kind of see like almost like in a not like in the same like negative energy, but in the same range of like Darla in the door frame of Finding Nemo. You see this tiny like halfling with glasses, like long kind of curly tan blonde hair, kind of like is like, oh my god. Wash, hey, like, as you see, your friend Dwayne, and now Clay is here. Dude, it's been so long! What the fuck have I been hearing about you being a hero or whatever? Also, hi. What have I heard about you being a hero? Also, hi. Like, looking at Clay as well.
This is Codex. You can introduce yourself if you'd like to. This is Dwayne.
Durin walks up like a little slower and just goes, "Hi, I'm Durin."
Hi, Codex.
I barely know any of you, just to preface that. I know Shay.
Yeah, didn't really piece together in my head that you all might come at the same time. But yeah, I need your help getting some information.
Okay, information. What kind of information are we talking about?
Alright,
You want to sit at a table, by the way?
oh yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Nikki, can you get us around? Yeah, sure. I'll just keep it on your tab. Yeah, thanks. And Clea just like has her, she's doing that like the I hate to be like, this is the best way I can describe this is the like lesbian crossing her arms to be like, okay, and like just like walks.
She crosses her arms lesbianly.
So this one?
Yes, yeah, like they're like, okay.
Not that I know.
Yeah, you guys all find a little table.
Right. So a lot of shit happens, and
Yeah, you're part of an adventuring guild now, Washy boy.
yeah.
So tell me how a pickpocketer ended up being somebody with a big name about saving other people. That's a laugh. I mean, good for you. Honestly, you got out of it. But I'm just curious.
I kind of just accidentally stumbled into it. I mean, with her help, I guess.
Right.
Well, he was trying to smoke in an auditorium, and then
Well,
a
that's
bunch
a
of
surprise.
people-
He always does that. Says Dwayne. Dang. Okay, well,
Yeah.
good to see you doing well. What's with the burn marks on your eyeballs? Or, like,
After all that fucking hero bullshit, found out that my dad's kind of alive.
holy shit, what do you mean, man? He's alive?
Yeah, he was taken by some fucking things. And you know those dogs that we saw a couple of days ago?
Oh, God, those fucking things are crazy.
Yeah, he's one of them now.
Your dad's a fucking dog?
Yeah, at least that's what I heard.
Claire, like, puts her hand on the table. She's like, yeah, I'd like a little bit of explanation on that as well. What?
Wash kind of like whispers to Codex, how much do you think I could tell them?
Clay's a G. She'll be fine.
She's gonna cast a message back to Wash and just be like, I mean, they're your friends. How much do you want them to know, I guess? If you're wanting information from them, you're probably gonna have to give a little.
Alright, and pointing at Dwayne and Durin, you two, fucking play it extra fucking safe. Alright?
I'm always safe, except for the nicks I get.
Like super safe, though.
Wash is going to explain about beasts and Dark Fury and that stuff.
And diamonds?
He will mention wishes, but not what form they're in.
Okay.
Right.
Fuck, dude. So what do you want us to do?
I want to find where my dad is being kept. And pointing to Clea, you have an affinity for gaining knowledge, and you two have ears everywhere.
Yeah, it's true. We do have a lot of connections, kind of in the job description. And from what it sounds like you're thinking, well, it sounds like he is in the Grove. I've never really had access to the Grove. Claire's like, I can get access to the Grove pretty easy, but I'm wondering, what exactly tactically do you want us to do? Do you have a place we can follow to maybe... Did you tell them about the masquerade or no?
I might as well. It's...
Okay, well then, why not... Something that I'm just thinking is we could just have the Faded Fates show face and play nice at the masquerade. If I could probably forge a way to get us 3... As she, looks over and Dwayne just, to go to the masquerade, and we could do business while you all mingle. That'd be an easier cover. I mean, yeah, she's right. That's a good idea.
Yeah, we can get big guy bow tie.
It's kind of constricting, so...
You can just leave it undone.
Why can't my masquerade just be no shirt?
Mask.
Right, yeah, so we could get something and go along if you want us to do our shit there. I'm better with talking, so I think it's probably best if you go in the pockets, and then I can keep people engaged and see what I can siphon out of them information-wise. Yeah, okay, that's easy. Alright. And then Dwayne will just be there in case we need the backup and/or being his adorable self. Dwayne's punches his own face,
Turning to Claire, what do you need from this?
Well, I do always love getting to know more things. As a friend to a friend, I'd like to consider us friends. Why don't you promise me all the information you were withholding on the separate date? Deal?
So by all the information, you mean pertaining to what we're doing right now?
Pertaining to the wishes, what you've done with the Demontis in the past, what happened with Balthazar. Basically everything that's happened since I last saw you at the Faded Fates auction. Mystery auction. Doesn't have to be tomorrow. It could be...
Yeah, fuck it, sure.
So, can I drink this, or are we not actually drinking? Was this just for formalities? Pointing at the mug with alcohol.
Fucking drink, dude.
Oh, okay, well, I just didn't know. I thought we were talking business. I don't want him to drink and slosh when he does talking business. Starts drinking. Okay, yeah, so then, do we know where this is being held? Is it going to be held by the new... I mean, I had to assume the 12th, because that's where the Bold Multitude is, and he's the new bull, so...
Yeah, it'll probably be there.
Claire will be like, I know the 12th pretty well. If we go to... We just at Knight's Doffing Inn, okay? It's a pretty big tavern, right in the central. If you don't know where that place is, let's just say your friend, Scarlet Cornetto would probably be pretty familiar with her. Yes, I know who she is.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And Derek goes, who is she? Claire's like... Alright, cool. Well then, we will meet you tomorrow. Do you want that alcohol in front of you, or can I have it?
No, that's all you.
Alright, Nikki, I'm taking this one to go. I'll bring it back next time, okay? Darren's like, okay, well then, I guess we'll see it tomorrow, and we could probably talk about all that shit tomorrow, because if we're going to be playing character anyway, we might as well talk gossip, right? And
Right.
Darren kind of does that and walks off following Clea. And Clea just looks back to you both and nods, and then they leave. Did you guys hang out there for a bit and then return?
Yeah.
Eventually, as we're throwing darts, she's gonna look over and be like, "Hey, by the way, we don't have to fully get into it now, but maybe the next time, maybe just don't threaten to beat my brother up anymore."
Yeah, it just came out real quick. I was very upset.
Yeah, but yeah, just don't.
Yeah, I guess let him know I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should tell him yourself.
Okay.
I think it would mean more coming from you, and then she throws a dart.
Yeah, so you guys go home and you rest for the night, unless there's anything anybody wants to do.
I do want to go through this bag of holding. Honestly, let's do it at breakfast. I think breakfast sitting there rummaging through all this.
Yeah, so next morning you guys are just getting ready. Jaless will probably show up and be like, okay, so this sigh that I'm having has nothing to do with you currently. It has to do with a different worker in this house. Gabby the cabbie, I informed him that that you guys would need a ride to the 12th. And he has, for the last, 9 a.m.? Since 6, every 30 minutes has asked if you guys are ready. So whenever you're ready, so he can stop asking me. Okay, he's just waiting. Frederick is at the door, just holding the door, being like, Jaless asked me to wait here just in case he knocks so I can tell her and she can mentally prepare.
Okay, yeah. Issa just quick pokes her head out. It's like,
I was just wondering if you guys are ready because it's been a very long day for me, okay?
is he drunk?
No, he's sad. I'm sad. I'm sad.
Issa takes a deep breath.
If you just take a deep breath, you'd be like, since you asked, it's been kind of hard because, my wife, or Jennifer.
Jennifer.
She got hurt during the hound thing. But now because of that, it was on the job. They're giving a workman's comp, even though it wasn't a workplace problem. And now she has more money to negate my divorce, so it's not been great. I don't know how you can do that, but apparently you can. So I guess we're back together, which is...
What?
If I got a raise, or if I just showed how good I was doing my job, maybe I could
What if we just get you a lawyer?
That could work.
Yeah, okay. We'll get you a lawyer. How about that?
Okay. Tomorrow?
Okay. Tomorrow. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So you guys ready to go?
Yeah.
We'll never be ready.
So, Shay sitting at the kitchen table, you start picking out stuff in the bag. As you're taking it out, you will take out that large, metallic, almost cylinder, but it's etched and has these interesting etchings on it and carvings. It almost looks like a vase. It looks almost like a vase, like a type of Roman vase, but tiny, because it's probably this size, but just this metal etched vase that has a lid on the top full of, as you remember, blood. But it looks smaller than what would contain at that moment in time 13 other people's blood. So maybe it's a vase of holding liquids.
I put it aside and then I look at you and I'm like, I think we should put this in the safe or somewhere where not other people can get to it, because I don't want to look at it and I don't think anyone else should for a while.
At the bottom of it, too, you do see what looks like etchings that remind you of the one that was on Balthazar's chalice, as well as other ones you've been pointed out before that have to deal with that blood ritual rite. Also inside, there is some amount of 2,000 gold.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And it falls out as loose, there's no hiding it. It falls out as loose coins. So you probably see the one coin, you're like, shit, it's just There is also a scroll that seems to have the similar rites on them. They look again, it's text nobody knows, but it's text that looks similar to the one that was etched around that, as well as the chalice and all the other shit. And then the only other thing inside of it is this crystal ball. And you assume it's a scrying glass. You do have the feeling that it is something you have to attune to.
I think if one of us attunes to it, I mean, I can do it, or if someone else wants to do it, maybe we can use it.
Probably attuned to it. I think it takes a day to uses wisdom to use.
Oh, sorry. Are you saying? Hold on. Are you saying that I'm not wise enough to use it?
To be fair, you are attuned to 7,000 things at once, Issa.
Actually, they don't require attunement because I'm special. And then I turn back to
Because I'm God's favorite princess.
So, you guys kind of take the next hour or two to get ready, and then make Gabby wait longer because you don't want to leave early. And at 3, he really does beg you guys to go, as he starts seeing you to the 12th. Wash it or Codex, are either of you telling him where to go?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him to stop at the Knight's Doffing Inn.
Sure. Yeah, sure, I could do that. And if anyone goes no, I'll be like, but Master Wash already has.
Master
Wash.
Master Wash.
Master Wash.
Master has given Gabby an order.
Master has given
So, you guys make your way, and eventually you get stopped by stopped at this larger tavern inn that has what looks like metal sheet plating on the outside of the brick wall. And it just looks like the hanging sign has the silhouette of a person who is taking off armor that is, it's a hanging sign that has a silhouette of a person, but there is breastplate and the top half of the trousers of armor that is being taken off this silhouette on the hanging sign, but it's physically the breastplate and physically the legs of the armor that are on top of it for a fun 3D effect. And right next to it, you do see what looks like a small offshoot building that is tucked on the side that has a person sitting there that is, their face is from here is wrapped in linen.
Weird.
I wonder what that could be. I don't know why I turned it into Lois.
Peter, we should go into Knight's Doffing Inn.
I'm gonna ignore the face wrap person and go in.
Oh my god.
Right, you walk in and it's a nice enough tavern. There's a lot of it looks like there are a lot of guards off duty here. You don't see them, but you do. The bartender does kind of take a look at you, not that he recognizes you, but I was told to look out for something that looks like that.
He lights a cigarette because that might help.
Hey, you, come over here.
Okay.
Are you looking for Miss Moore, the taller man, and the shorter man?
Yeah.
Okay, they're going to be in the slanted scale, so you're going to have to talk to the wrap guy.
Okay.
She would say you understand that this is as he tucks his hand in his pocket to grab a pen. She said you'd understand that.
Andrew, though.
She said you'd understand that this is as he tucks back the pen in his pocket.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And he'll go outside and talk to them.
Use her name.
Yeah.
The masquerade with Duck Gang walk back over to that guy, and what do you say to him?
Hey, I'm supposed to meet with Clea.
She said you'd be coming. You hear from under the wrap, and he kind of just opens the door for the six of you plus Cinnamon.
Cool, thanks.
But on the walls of the hall as you walk in, you see their lips and mouths.
Gross.
That are pinned to the wall. It's all Rocky Horror. No, but Michael Rennie was ill. The ones that sings you. The earth was still. So as you guys make your way down, very similar to the Echo Chamber, you see that this place, it all has buildings that are like cast in like sheeted metal. And you do see this like hanging sign that has scraped on metal saying the Slanted Scale. And very close, you see what looks like the like underside, Merkside Tavern. It is like this like pristine building that the sheeted cast metal goes perfectly over every brick, so it looks like the bricks are made of metal.
Well, I'll get around for everyone. I just go get around.
Yeah, sure. I'll go with you. I know the guy.
Oh, yeah, you do in the 12th, that's right. The guy with the rapping probably nods at Finley, too, as you're walking in. But I'm just assuming you're at the back because you're the tallest, like, nobody probably catches that. But then for Finley, you would definitely know that this building that is kind of closer to where the entrance is a tavern. It is called the Walled Metal. That's all it's called. And it's Metal, Medal. When you walk in, you'll probably recognize the bartender, who is this kind of like slender tabaxi woman. She looks like a panther, is the best way I can describe it, like a red panther. And she has long red hair, but everything else is like the dark black panther. You would know her name, Finley. Her name is Ego.
Hey, Ego. Been a while. I haven't kind of come through here in a while.
Finley Galilei. Where the fuck have you been?
I've been around doing some odd things, stupid things. Died a few times. Yeah.
Well, what can I do, you and your colorful crew of who I assume must be the rest of the Fated Fates? Because I keep tabs, don't worry. What can I do you all for?
One of us is here to meet some people.
Oh, Clea and crew?
Yeah.
As Shay's like Clea, and you look around and you see Clea like in basically a masquerade outfit. She's wearing a white dress with a white mask. And she's like, you guys made it. Good. Come over. Okay, good. You're all here. I'm sure Wash has informed you everything of the plan today.
No.
He is not, actually.
Master Wash hasn't told us anything.
Anyway, so we are going to be doing all the delving, all the deep diving, and all of the scrounging. So just enjoy your time at the masquerade as myself, Darren and the rest, Dwayne, my new friends. Yeah, I didn't know that you had a friend as cool as this, Wash. And Claire just kind of like smiles.
Be careful.
I'm always careful, Wash, says Claire.
I wasn't talking to you.
Claire continues and says, so, I just thought maybe we'd talk here first in case we need a place to run. It's not too far from where I have found out it is going to be one of the concert halls that are near the Whole Multitude itself. So this is a pretty quick distance, about a 10-minute run if we needed to run.
Excellent. Good plan.
Durin and Dwayne have informed me just a bit about how situations sometimes go when it happens to be in a group setting of... Basically, Durin like kind of cuts her off. She's like, we've worked with heroes before. It's the sleazy job the hero doesn't want to do. Don't fuck around too much. Because if you stop making noise, we are getting pointed at. You see what I mean? I mean, do what you do, but, try to play it cool. In this situation, we are your heroes. And Dwayne's like, I have talked with Ego. It is fine if we run back here as long as we don't have a tail into the pocket, because of course that would be bad. But considering you're now working for Darian fucking Sardon, out of all people, I would assume you already know that, of not having people come into the pocket. And you guys all go up. You make your way following. Probably Claire will lead you to where basically like a playhouse ball area or ballroom that is this masquerade is being held at. And Clea with Darren and Dwayne will be like, okay, we'll wait here, and you guys go in, and we'll come in within the next, 30 minutes. So, you guys will walk into this, darkly lit Yeah, it's basically like an event hall, but it's a very lavish area that this ballroom you go into, where it's like windows all across the wall, and it's lit by like all these sconces, and there's like a live orchestra, a huge fucking orchestra, not like the little fucking dingy one, Seraphim Man. It's like this huge fucking orchestra.
I bet that those string quartet fuckers are in there.
They are. Inside, you just see a lot of lavish people, nobles, all this other stuff, all that other crap. The first people that I'll say that you recognize seeing is you already see Gazania, Aster, and Gila walking around. Gila is wearing a white gown with a mask that has like vines that kind of go around it. Gazania she has like a full mask, and it's like, it looks almost like this mask that, it's like a circular mask, or like a face-shaped mask, but it seems to like have like a brown epicenter that kind of goes out into like what looks like yellow florals, like a sunflower almost. And then Aster is wearing just like a very, very light lace pink mask over her eyes as they are walking around. You do not see Sallmex / Dark Fury yet, and you don't see any other bulls, but there are a lot of like nobles you probably like have seen in passing before. It's so fucking hard to miss this guy, but you see a very large Loxodon holding a very tiny mask as you see Nami kind of like, why? Because Maud and Sham are not gonna go. They're smart enough, so they're like, Nami, you go.
He's gonna fucking die again.
You will see 3 people, which you'll probably recognize the most likely from their hair / other things I'll describe, which is you see someone with like kind of shaggy black hair wearing kind of a decadent like lavender pink coat. You see a woman with elfin ears and like slicked back blonde hair, and then you see a half Herringon at the party there as you see Dogma, Yelena, and Hal. Codex! Tum, 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 tum. Codex, it's great to see you!
Hi, what are you doing here?
Oh, Mr. Sham and Madam Maud asked me to be the representative of the Raven Adventure today.
Okay, that's cool. Where's the rest of your crew?
Oh, I'm flying solo tonight.
Okay, that's cool. That's big.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
He's like 8'5".
Yeah, she's like head completely tilted back, just like, God, it's like talking to every other person in our party. Except for fucking Terrence.
Would you like to have a dance?
Yeah, sure. This might be really tough, but we can try.
He kind of blushes a little.
She'll
he like kind of bows a little and reaches out his hand.
Take his hand and just kind of like glance back at everyone and be like, I guess I'm going to dance.
Have fun.
Careful with
Bye,
your
your
feet.
brother's here.
What?
All right, what are you guys doing? The table's yours.
To the hors d'oeuvres table.
Where is Dogma?
I point.
It's over by Hal and Yelena.
Oh, Shay's definitely gonna go over to them if they're not coming over to us yet.
And I'm gonna stick with Shay for the night.
Wash is gonna be like, drinks?
Drinks, I point at Finley.
Right, sure.
All right, so who would like to go first?
We can go first if you want.
You probably wander up to the 3 of them and like talk like, oh my god, what are you guys doing here?
I had the same question for you.
Dog would be like, I'll be right back, and then kind of like, whoop, and starts walking.
That one is getting far more independent, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he's very happy with you all, so.
Why?
Well, the withholding of information and the death of him.
Are you all not happy with us as well?
I mean, if we would have known about Seraphima and her plot, maybe we would have not also shown up to the dinner she was hosting. It is what it is. Just trying to be helpful in the future, so. And we are going to be as forthright as we can with you, and would hope for the same in return, but...
Absolutely.
Wash, Terrence, and Finley, you guys are drinking. As you see a man walk down from like a stair behind where the bar is, this is not like the entrance, this is like a back entrance kind of area, where you see him in a long red tailcoat with a dark black, it's like red with gold trimmings, black bow tie, and the same kind of red black trimming, or red gold trimming pants and black shoes, and this mask that kind of looks like this red, like half-top face mask Venetian style that have what look like hands coming out like that are also red.
What a pervert.
He has dark black hair. He says, "Fated fates, you've made it. I thought you would be too chicken to show up."
You know, we're always going to attend a party, so...
Why with all the hostilities?
He puts his like hand on Wash's shoulder, and for a 18 plus 6, he is just going to pump into Wash's chest for...
What?
Oh my god!
10 bludgeoning. It'll knock the wind out of you, Wash. What are you going to do? Hit me back? I'm the fucking bull. And he's just going to smile and rear back and grab a drink from behind the bar.
Keep it together, buddy. Terrence puts, like, a hand on his shoulder. He's like...
I'm gonna go have a cigarette.
Oh, no. We can't have any leaving during the masquerade. The festivities have yet begun.
Do you have a smoking section?
You can just smoke in here.
Cool, then I'm gonna smoke over there.
Excuse me, my son's in here. You can. He's another. I recognize you from the.
I needed him something.
You were at the graduation hall. You guys over there. So, what do the Fated Fates have drummed up and planned for tonight's evening? I'm sure it's something ostentatious and annoying.
Actually, I think we're gonna just be here today.
Just want to have a good time.
You think that, but are you going to actually?
Yeah. We genuinely...
Okay. I'm only saying that because out of the 3 other gatherings I've been in earshot of when you have been involved, it's always ended in fucking disaster.
Yeah, we decided to try and break that streak.
Try is the operative word there.
We plan on keeping it civil today. How's that?
Good. I'm glad. I hear my sisters have talked with you.
Yeah, what a lovely family you have.
Would you like me to punch you as well to get the point across, or can I walk off?
I think I get it.
Good. Where's the rabbit?
Jesus Christ.
Also, interestingly enough, I didn't realize both were here. And he kind of smiles, and then just, like, looks up around, smiles, takes his drink, takes a swig, and walks off.
Terrence does that. Terrence, like, I don't know, he mocks him if he, like, looks around and he's, like, holding his drink and, like, smiling in a wicked way. Terrence is, like, doing that same thing but looking like an asshole.
As he kind of just, like... And the orchestra stops. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank all of you for coming to tonight's masquerade. Just a fun, I think, enriching of the soul, if you will, for entertainment and reprieve from the dark hours that have befallen our city. I, of course, am your current bull, Dark Fury. Please, just call me Sallmex. I don't want to be known for the title given to a family ages ago. So, enjoy the festivities, and I'm sure the true entertainment will begin later. Continue. As the, like, orchestra starts again. He is walking straight towards where Codex and Nami are.
Well, I think we walk over and start talking.
He's walking forward, and if he's walking past you, he'll probably go, Shay, Isabella. And he'll keep walking, but I don't know what you're doing to try to stop him.
I mean, I walk with him, and I'm like, I just wanted to thank you.
Oh, yes? What for?
I mean, the wish brought back someone I really cared about.
It's always good to have blood for the reckoning as well.
Yeah.
Is that all the interaction you wanted?
No, I'm curious
I
about
think
what your purpose here is.
Entertaining and gaining the trust of my people. Pretty easy, I think.
What sort of games do you have planned for later?
Oh, all in good time, but it will come. Nothing that has to be sorted out now. I don't know what time you think you're saving by trying to regale me for more questions. I'm going to go dance with Codex Monosaori, aka one half of the hex sleep I should have eaten years ago.
Oh.
You can either let me do it willingly, or I can make a scene. Your choice.
So you're just saying you'll kill her regardless if...
I didn't say any of those things, but if putting words in my mouth will make you feel better, then go ahead. He will start walking forward. Codex, it's so good to see you, and I thank you for the dance. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, as far as things go. She's like, I'm doing okay as far as things go. I'm here.
I feel like, not to be bold, I feel like we haven't really gotten to ever to know each other. What are your favorite colors?
Well, yeah, I guess you did die pretty quickly when we first met each other.
Yes.
My favorite color is blue.
Oh, that is a nice color. It's
Thanks.
the same colors that is used in worship for Quinona, the Mother Moon. And it actually reminds me of... he kind of starts trailing off. At a point, you'll see, like, Dark Fury Sallmex. Sallmex will walk up and, like, tap Nami on the shoulder. Be like, excuse me, do you mind if the host of the party gets a chance? Mr. Dark Fury, of course, Lord, High General Brigadier Dark Fury, of course, yes, Codex, I I will meander with the Faded Fates, and we can talk more about what teas you like the most.
Okay.
Okay.
As Nami is, like, fumbling with talking to Darkview for a second, like, she is contemplating just, like, phasing backwards into the crowd, like Homer through the shrubs. And it's, like, about to commit to that concept, and then Nami's like, bye! And she's like, oh, okay. Awesome!
You leading, or am I leading?
Oh, I guess, what does Reiki usually let you do?
He will start leading you. He just smiles, he doesn't, no comment.
I'm gonna stab you in real life, Sydney.
He starts dancing with you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know your brothers? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite wonderful, actually. It makes for a very intricate night for me. Do you know the power that's held within you, truly?
No, everybody just keeps saying it's really cool.
I also am not fully aware. In a weird way, it's interesting because you and I are, in a turn of events, kindred. I mean, considering you were made by Yofet, the goddess herself, the earth and vine goddess, as was I. And I just wonder what power I could gain from you. He kind of like dips you in a way and like leans in and then will pull you back up.
She just kind of is like, and then as they like stand back up, she's like, I mean, who's to say?
That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Did it invoke any memory for you when I said what I said when we were fighting in the Fight Club that I clearly let you win at?
Clearly let me win.
I mean, of course. And you feel as his hand is behind your back, it just feels like there's a sharp pain at your back as you look down, probably from, if his hand's around your back, you feel it kind of go in through a side, and then you see like his fingers kind of go, and it's like he stabs through you for an amount. 18 slashing, piercing damage.
What a fucking unhinged day.
And you watch as it comes out, and you just see the blood that was on him, like, kind of seeps into his fingers as they go back down to just hand size. And if you look at your wound, like, you can see, like, the open hole that is, like, slowly closing, but no blood is seeping from it. And he's like, what are you going to do? Cry and say I hurt you?
No, I'm gonna do something worse. I'm sorry. I think it's mostly instinct, partially her just getting salty about it. When she feels the pain, and unfortunately, just like she does to Balthazar, she's going to subtle spell, try and shocking grasp his arm. Like when he tries to like cuts through her, she just digs her fingers into his arm.
You dig it, and you watch as the electricity. You don't even have to roll. Try to goes through him. I feel no pain. Also, and he'll like, with his other hand, he'll grab your chin and move it to the right. As you see, currently, Gila is talking to Dogma. I'd watch your hands. And then he turns your face back to him. We're unstoppable. All you are is cattle. When will you get that?
She is dead silent for a little bit.
Yeah, he'll just dance with you until you say something, but...
I think after a while, she's gonna be like, so... where is Arethia?
Why do you want to know so much about Arethia, Burke?
I'm just curious.
I don't know what you mean.
Okay.
You kind of watch as like, he sighs, and like he gets a smile when he sighs, and he's like, that blood is something else. How long do you think you could live and provide me enough blood before you finally give out? I'm sure with you and your brother, it could be a good long while. A good long while. And even your friends, I mean, just the diamonds you have been procuring and touching and making wishes with have made you all so much more acute to the senses.
What are you hoping to get out of this, besides just trying to scare me?
Nothing. I like your fear. Idle chatter is always just pleasant. Especially with toys you never thought would be able to speak in the first place.
As they're dancing, she's kind of like glancing, like she's turning her face to kind of like glance and see where everyone else is, because it's like, this is really fucking uncomfortable. She's like,
Would you like to know the name of the woman who dropped you off at the orphanage? Because I do have her name. She was quite delicious.
Sure.
Her name was Winfiel. At this point, when you're looking around and seeing everybody where they are in their places, you also will see Clea, Durin, and Dwayne are like kind of keeping tabs around the group. Finley and Terrence, you guys doing anything as you guys are dancing?
Finley is just like dancing around, looking at everything else to see where everything is.
As you kind of like are looking around and turning together in the waltz and kind of just seeing the world spin around you. At a point, both of you will see in your concurrent spins and stop as Aster is just standing there looking at you both. And then just like as quick as possible, Aster just smiles and she puts a drink down your throat as you into Terry.
Oh, cool!
Wow, now it's a party. This is really good. And she's just like staring Terry up and down. You see she's holding like this small glass of orange wine.
Gently grab Issa and Terrence by the arm and be like, we need to go right now. And try to start moving towards the door.
Terry, can you make a charisma save at disadvantage?
No, Riz!
Huh?
2!
Oh my god!
You are currently being charmed by Aster. Terrence, can you make sure that your friends stay? The big surprise is coming.
The big surprise?
The big surprise, big guy. And she like grabs your face.
I love a surprise. Okay, we have to. I look at everyone else. I'm like, we have to stay for the surprise, guys.
Yeah, but we actually forgot the burner on at home, so we gotta go.
Oh, that's okay. Janice will turn it off, and I like grab him by the big. I grab him by like around the shoulders and like squeeze him like.
Terry's got Wash in a bind right now. She probably looks directly at you. She kind of like wafts at this like glittering gold smoke that comes off of it, and she goes, I can make this easier for you if you want. It's pretty easy too. And she kind of like, almost like Uma Thurman Poison Ivy, blows at the wafting smoke, and it hits the like head of one of the guests, who's like, this party is just wonderful. I can make it easier for you if you'd like to stay this way.
Hey, Terry. Hey, buddy. Hey, Terry.
Issa.
Terry, my favorite guy.
I am?
Do you think... Yes. This is her trying to cast counter charm on Terry. Yes, you're my favorite guy. And our friend Codex is in trouble, and I know you care about her a lot.
I do like Codex.
I think... Yes, and I think we should try...
Your counter charm will not work.
Terry, darling, how are you feeling?
I feel good. I feel excited. I feel like I love it here.
Good. I'm glad you're feeling well. She's gonna stay pretty close to Terry and just to be on guard.
Gotcha. All right.
Terry, buddy, good to see you. Didn't expect you to be at this party.
Neither did I, but I am happy to be here.
Yes, Asta made sure that Terry got to enjoy the celebration as well.
Ah, so there's an extra layer of weird to the situation. Well, always happy to see you, Terry.
You're gonna love the surprise. I don't know what it is, but apparently it's gonna be very fun.
Hey, Shay, do you have your glasses with you? I feel like some things might not be what they're appearing to be. If you want to give the party a good look around and see if there's anything that we're not seeing.
Oh, I think there's plenty we might not be seeing.
Are you putting on the glasses, or...?
How far away is Dark Fury? Because I don't want him to destroy them.
He's only, like, he's on the other side of the bar, so he's like being the bartender right now.
Yeah, kind of figured. Yeah, Shay's gonna reach into her little mini bag holding, pull out the glasses, and kind of, like, use her skirt to just, like, clean them a little bit. Just a bit, there's nothing exciting going on over here. It's super smooth.
Just be my readers.
And then she'll like turn them on and like put them on briefly and just kind of like pretend to like look up at the skylights or anything and just
When you put them on and then you kind of double tap them, you watch as like this almost like sheen goes over the glasses for you. And when you look in front of you to see Dark Fury, or as he's also been called, or Sallmex, you see a very different visage. He is this tall, 6'8" humanoid, deep red crimson skin, and he has 3 pairs of eyes. His top eyes are red pupils with like kind of like a vermilion sclera, and then he has 2 more pairs on the cheeks where they kind of go like down like this, and they're red pupils with white sclera. And then he has these kind of like 3 horns that kind of go like along his head that are black. One curls like around his ears down, and the other 2 kind of like go out and up, and they even have eyes on them. Not a lot, but a few eyes here or there that are fully red sclera, so like they're just like red eyes that have like black pupils. Some of them have extra pupils. And he has very long, darker scarlet hair that kind of drapes along to the back of his hair, and then like kind of goes, it like caresses along his shoulder. And it looks like as long as this hair is, there are parts of the hair that kind of like wrap around his body like clothing almost. It's kind of like you watch as like the like dashed hair that loops and wraps like clothes. And it's very, very long hair still that goes all the way down. And he also has what looks like this type of red tattooing that starts from the top of his forehead that then goes down to his eyes, and they almost look like tears connecting down. Oh, and also he also has like what look like transparent red arms that kind of like 2 that wrap around his like neck, kind of constantly holding him in his cheeks, almost like in this type of, I don't say swaddle, but like this type of like caressed hold. And then other arms that kind of like go around his body, but they're a little bit more transparent.
So he's hot. Shay, can I borrow your glasses?
Hey, I want to see somebody happy.
Shay, hold on.
As you like, it's like a shocking sight to see, because this is like a full demon you're seeing. I think if you take off your glasses for a second, you kind of watch as he still looks like that. And for everybody else, you watch as he like kind of like sheds the Dark Fury visage for this. Intrigued in what you see.
Shay's arm around Terry's arm has definitely tightened, and she just kind of pulls the glasses off. Or, I don't know if she'd pull them off, honestly. She would just kind of like pop them down to the like to the bridge of her nose. Yes. Nice to see your true self, finally.
Oh god, he's hot.
He looks a little scarier than I remember.
It's because Dark Fury was a fucking cover oaf.
Okay.
What the surprise is for tonight is quite simple. I want you to know. And you watch as like his arms kind of extend out, and it will grab you all by the throat like this. This is my world. My Zabraria. And they slowly like will retract and come back to him as they kind of like go back to caressing his face, or the others like kind of behind him. We're going to start with the Hex Leap. Are you going to have a good time at this party? I hope the answer is yes.
Why would we have a good time?
You watch as the arms go around Wash and again back to Wash's throat as like he lifts Wash up, because it's my fucking party. And I invited you. So you're going to have a good time.
We're gonna make sure he has a good... I'm reaching for his toy. It's like a kid with balloons. I'm like, no, we'll make sure that he has a good time. I'm excited.
It would be easier to have a good time with less violence, but I'm sure some good drinks and some good entertainment will help.
No. Don't let us stop you from having your violent fun party. If you want to have violence at your fun party, we'll have violence at your fun party. You have your fun party, we'll have fun at your party. Can you please just put him down with no violence, but you can have violence at your party if you want.
He'll slowly lower Wash back down. You watch as, like, very slowly with his one of the more transparent blood hands, it will slowly swipe across your wrists each and nick you, as another hand will kind of come by with a cup and get the blood, and he will drink it.
Ugh. Of course.
Remember, this is Sallmex's world, not the Fated Fates, and definitely not Zabraria's. As he just drinks. What the fuck is that?
It's the angel from our nightmares, Dogma.
Great!
Yeah, no, Dogma, that's Sallmex. That's the reason why I want to... That's one of the reasons why I want to leave.
Okay, well, let's get out of here, actually, now that you're talking about it.
Welcome to my world!
And as, like, Dogma's kind of freaking out, there's going to be, like, a little, like, clap as Aster kind of walks in front of the two of you and says, "Thank you all so much for coming to support our brother," as she gestures over to Sallmex, who, as far as you can tell, this is not a spell. He looks like this as he walks out. He walks out among these people, and these people, you will watch as, like, you can kind of see a lot of their eyes are kind of glossed over these people, as well as there is, like, a sickly sweet aroma to the room. Sallmex will walk through them, and you'll see they're almost like they're obsessed with, like, this, like, this like celebrity, like their hands will reach out. By this point too, Clea, Durin, and Dwayne kind of, but more Dwayne will be like, huh? And then Durin will be like, like it hit Dwayne as they'll lock eyes with you, and Clea just gives like, what is going on?
Wash just gonna like point to the fucking door.
But yeah, so Sallmex will kind of like part the seas almost in a way, as Sallmex kind of just starts to like talk as he parts and goes up to Aster, and by this point you'll see Gazania will kind of get to like the bottom. Like there's these two statues that cascade this like small stair up to like the main dance floor, if you will, and Gazania and Hila will stand on other side of that, and Aster, Hal, and Yelena will also be down on like in your area. You guys probably Shay, you'll clock eyes with them, and they'll just be like, they'll give you that nod of like, we're following your lead, as you watch Sallmex get up to Dogma and Codex and be like, these are the Hexaleap. I'm quite famished. I'd love to see what you all do to help me feed tonight. I'd like it to be a bloodbath. As you watch Aster yet again will like blow from, she'll take up the wine glass that has like the gold mist from it, and she's going to go as it kind of like, it kind of goes out like glitter, and you watch as it infects everyone. And suddenly, boom, 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 Terry's everywhere, like terrified everywhere as they are.
I'm terrified.
As they are popping up. Immediately, Dogma will look at Codex and will just be like, I don't fucking want to deal with any of this, as you watch him pull this, like, necklace he has on, and he's, like, freaking out. As he kind of takes one of these and he spots everybody. So he spots Clea, Durin, Dwayne, the Fated Fates, Yelena, Hal, and even Nami, recognizes him just from the stories Codex has said, and kind of says, rush for the fucking door! As he will take as many of these little pellets off this, like, almost orange, beaded necklace, and takes a bead each, and starts chucking them as they start to cast what seems like on impact fireball. And you watch as Sallmex, Aster, Gazania, and Hila will just start like backing up as the fire will just make these giant terrified people disperse backwards. It doesn't necessarily kill any of them, but it makes enough of a wall for you guys to start running as Dogma like points and just says, fucking go! The big people are just going to stand and watch as you leave, and some of them will even like, as well as the people who have not been affected by the Terrence serum, they'll just like kind of like wave really weirdly as you all leave. And you watch as Hal also teleports Yelena out. Durin grabs Dwayne's hands like, we gotta get out of here, buddy. Like, just like pulls you out as you guys all dash away. Y'all are running. I'm not gonna make you do any chase. We're not gonna do chase rolls, but you guys are running. You will notice as you guys run through the 12th, every so often, because it's dark now, it's nighttime, you'll just see like standing atop a rooftop. Every so often, you'll see one of the siblings just kind of like watching you walk by, and they'll just kind of like watch and look as you go by. So like probably like Hila as you run by will just like wave as you guys run by for probably about like 5 minutes until eventually they just are not there anymore. But they just kind of like watch you run away as the how many of you are there? You 6, Yelena, Hal, Dogma, Durin, Dwayne, and Clea. Oh, and Nami, so 13.
If Shay is towards the front of the group at some point, I'm sure she would like have shadow gated a little bit. She's going to go straight for the entrance to the pocket.
Gotcha. Okay, so you guys all following Shay?
Yeah, I guess we're going to the pocket.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I thought. And I'm sure Terrence like shrinks as they're like running.
Yeah. As you guys get down to the walled middle, Ego just goes, oh, hi guys. Did you guys go to a corner booth with Clea?
Can we all agree, I don't care who tells us to go, but can we agree not to go to another fucking party with a group of people who could kill us and we can't touch them?
I A, have a headache. B,
while you're thinking, with your hands to your temples, the other thing that you got from that you're like, as you're like, oh, a lot just happened because I got forced into Terry. They, whoever everyone said, like she or the siblings have your concoction, and it does work better than Vizrise ever did. However, you are currently suffering. Hold on. A few levels of exhaustion. You're currently suffering 2 levels of exhaustion.
Damn. Okay.
So if that tells you how many that one thing she made you drink was of serum intake, at least, which you're like, there's no way if they're not accrued to it like I am that they can handle that.
Yeah.
For that long. Like the people, like the other ones that you didn't fireball because Dogma was smart and thought ahead. Like they're probably dead.
I have, 2 things. Number 1, all of those people are dead. Like, they can't... I have been taking these serums for a while now, so I at least can come out of this and I feel like shit. And that's just, after she gave me 1, so those people couldn't have survived this level of whatever cracked out serum she gave them. So that's bad news. I don't know what they're going to use that for besides this, but it could be.
What the fuck was that? What was that?
What just happened?
Why did you fly across the screen like that? Can you do it again?
I don't know what they're planning on using it for, but it is, I can guarantee it's not good. Second thing. We were just at a party where we are basically the only ones who survived besides the people throwing the party, and everyone else was killed by us, basically. Mainly Dogma. Also, thank you for getting me out of there. I didn't know what was going on.
Sure.
We are absolutely going to be framed for this.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be responsible for this slaughter of all of these people. I'm almost certain of that. So... And especially with the bull and his sisters saying that we are the ones that escaped and ran out after all the people died, and they died by my serums, basically. It's not going to look great.
Does everybody at this table know everything now, or no? And when I say everything, I mean, like, everything in the campaign so far.
Yeah.
Dogma will do a quick, turn, Clea's kind of and Dwayne's just kind of, are we ordering beers or they're just standing? And Dwayne's like,
I love Dwayne.
Darren's like, okay. Dogma will do a quick kind of explanation of Sallmex and the diamonds and the sisters and all that good stuff. And Clea's gonna probably put her hands in her head in her hands and just kind of okay.
Shay will put a hand on her back, just yep.
Okay. Well, at least they have mortal tendencies or something, because I would agree with you in thinking that if they were doing this, it's a power play. And if they're doing a power play, why would they make us enemies of the state when they could just kill us? Oh,
it's something about,
you guys actually
ripening us for the harvest.
All right, but how are you going to get ripe if you're in jail?
You know.
True.
If you're supposed to still be finding 2 more diamonds.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this was just them pulling out their dicks and showing the size.
Seems to be, yes.
And unfortunately, it looks like all of ours are smallers. And Dwayne's like, huh?
It's okay, big guy.
My metaphorical dick is huge.
Terrence looks at Clea and the other, Durin and Dwayne. Did you guys get what you were looking for, or get any information about anything?
Yes, I did. Durin's like, well, yeah, so I was able to secure a little something while getting a drink, understanding that there is, let's just say, looking at the fucking weird guy with the mustache and something about him just didn't feel right, referencing Craner. From every angle I saw of the bar beforehand, even without getting behind it, it looked like something normal. But there was definitely a hidden compartment there, so I told Clea about it, and when I went to go kind of mingle and meander, she went through it. So, and Clea kind of nodded. She's like, yes, I did find something that we could use, which, I don't know if this is going to mean anything from all of the information that we just found out, but basically what I found was this. And you watch as she pulls out what looks like this sigil on a napkin. Well, not a napkin, but probably this cloth. It was full of a tiny lockbox that had a bunch of these in it. I only took the one. I don't know if you wanted all of them, but this is what I found. And if I had to guess, it's some type of arcanic lock or key or something. It looks something similar. From trying to decipher the text, it does look like it's a type of thieves' cat. So, and she'll turn it so it's right side up and see if you can read it, which you can. And it just says the dog house, middle of Merkside.
Yeah, Shay will read it out loud to everybody, basically.
So, I'm assuming this is somehow connected to the Hounds and Verona, if I had to guess, who are working for them. So that's crazy. But maybe this is a way to get in wherever that entrance might be.
I do think it's probably best for us to stay underground for now, given the events, but...
We are not going to, as Dogma points to Yoletta and Hal. We're going to have to go to the Grove.
What did you guys find out?
Back again?
Well, and you'll see Hal kind of nod his head and be like, so, seems as though we were trying to figure out more things about these hounds, where they're placed, why the Larakai were able to get away, and our whole goal is kind of understanding how the Larakai were able to fly under radar for this long. Well, before. And kind of Hal gestures to Codex and Dogma. How those druids were able to escape Sallmex, Asta, Xonia, and Gila for an amount of time. If these are beings that are quite powerful. We couldn't find much, but when we were at the party, we were just trying to see if there was anything we could do to get away from them without them noticing us. But every step of the way, that anything we tried, a minor illusion, a disguise of self, a type of influence spell, we always try to do it something around them, kind of to nod off. For example, lighting a candle in a dark room but hiding it from the person you don't want to see it. We kept going towards them and trying something to see if we could do it in a subtle way, and not even subtle spell worked, actually, which you will hear, Codex. But anything we tried to do subtly, they could notice. We were trying to be sneaky but be near them just to see, hey, can we hide this from them and them not notice with magic? No. So it led back to the same question of how the fuck did the Larakai druids hide away with the Hexaleap and a diamond for that long? Because they didn't use the diamond to wish them into secret, because the diamond was used to make Codex and Dogma.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to go back to square one, I guess, and see if there's anything we can find in the Larakai village. There's nothing in any texts or tomes. We couldn't find anything. But there must be a reason why they were able to hide out from those four for that long. Yeah, our plan was to go back and see if we can find anything that's remnant of the Larakai, but I feel like also, too, one, it's either... Okay, here are my theories. My theories are, one, this is Dogma, one, whatever thing that kept them hidden is gone. Two, whatever thing that kept them hidden has been taken. Or three... And this is just the big one that I'm thinking, just because, let's say it's a secret, right? Well, where does our secrets usually kept? Which is somewhere I'm not going, but I think if we go there and there's nothing there, that would be my next place to look. If that makes sense. Do I have to be more clear? I'm thinking
you
that
want to go to the Onyx Obscurity?
My theory is that if it's not there, because of everything that you guys have ever told me and what I just am kind of finding out, is that secrets, any secret, if you lose a sock, you'll find it down to Obscurity.
To these socks, match.
I feel like any secret or lost thing is found at the Onyx Obscurity, at the end of the day. So I'm assuming that going to the Grove is going to be checking off if it's not there, which I don't think it is, because also Gila was there when anyway. But if it's not there, why would they not know about it? And if they don't know about it, or maybe they do, but if they don't, then I'm assuming it's a secret, and secrets or lost things usually find their way to the Onyx Obscurity. So I'm taking this as just yet another mission of, will this work? And if it doesn't, I'm looking to the next place. Or we are, excuse me.
I feel like this whole thing, just everything in general, is leading to the Onyx Obscurity anyway.
Why do you say that?
Well, we assume that Arathia has the last diamond.
Yeah.
So we have to lead... Our end goal is leading there anyway. She's also attached to the god. We have to figure out how to maybe detach her from that.
What the fuck? It says Durin. Durin is like, what the fuck are we talking about? And with that, the fate fix, you will blow up, and that is the end of the campaign. Which
you all die.
No, but with that, you guys will all experience, yet again, an eye go in front of you. This will all be, of course, in an instant for all of them, but you can... But you guys will all have the eye kind of yet again and open as the world around you slows, stops, and melts around you before the kind of vast nothingness kind of reforms into this small farm. It seems to be on these lush plains. Has pretty wide long acre wides of this tiny little ranch style farmhouse, as you see three girls running around with a dog that looks kind of like a Shetland sheepdog almost, as you see this woman who, or a figure of a woman, I'll say, who is like surrounded in this vision. It's obviously like she's obscured, and you don't really understand why, but she's obscured. And she's kind of like surrounded in light, and you kind of just hear her like. I'm just gonna do a voice, but it doesn't. It's one that's kind of like indiscernible. That's what I'll say. But I'm just gonna do a voice. It's not anyone's voice in this campaign that you know, because this is supposed to be the old mother or whatever. But you kind of just hear like, girls. Come in and we got to get everything ready. Why don't you guys finish putting up all of the stock away and then bring Bernard in with his water and we'll have a nice dinner. And you kind of see a small Gila, a small Gazania, no mask, like no wrappings around, because the wrappings are around her mouth and her neck, and a small Aster, who she probably has a little bit longer hair at this point, as they kind of like go, okay, mom, or like, okay, mother, whatever, right? And they kind of all follow, they bring the dog in and they go into this house, and it kind of zooms in to you guys inside as they're having this nice, sweet little dinner with this like just ray of radiant light silhouette of a woman who is like tending to them. They all seem really happy. They all seem to be doing like they're just like little girls. And I'll say you kind of like watch like for like what seems like probably like a minute, but like it kind of like zooms through this like little moment as they're just having like a nice family dinner. It's just the sisters until you do hear a cry as you see the woman stand up, and she walks out of the room and comes back with a small high chair, and you see this small infant with red skin and red hair and small budding horns. And she's like, Sallmex, it's okay, baby, it's okay. And she kind of comes into the room, puts him down in a high chair, and you see the girls are all trying to calm him down. And she looks to Gazania and says, did you, the pigs today, the ones that were for selling, did you save the blood? I did. And you watch, she gets up, she walks out, you'll follow Gazania as she goes to there's a bunch of cattle. You see a lot of livestock, and they're all really well taken care of, and it looks like there's a little sheet that briefly see pigs' names and their ages, and they're really old, or some are not sick, they're you can't eat them, but it's too sick to keep going, so they were probably mercy killed for also selling, and there's buckets of blood next to that. Not a lot of them, but some buckets of blood. But it seems like the best way I can describe, it seems like they're not we killed these pigs for slaughter. It's these pigs were going to die anyway, or they came to their term, and so we have this leftover whatever. As she grabs one of the pails of blood, she comes in, she goes here you go, mother. And she puts it in, this woman puts it in a bottle and starts to feed it to Sallmex. She says, we only take what we need. We tend to our livestock like they're our friends and our family, and it's an understanding between us all, right, girls? And they all kind of go, yes, mother. And then suddenly, you're out. Hey, you guys okay? Durin's you guys all froze.
Sorry, we got a third eye from my ancestor a while
What?
back, and sometimes it opens up and gives us visions, so we just kind of space out. She looks at the other 6 people at the table and is like, I don't know. It was the sisters super young, and then Sallmex was even younger, and then they gave him some blood at the table.
This was the most grounded I have ever seen them, though, and it seems like their mother spoke very different ideals than what they believe now.
They said we only take what we need, and that's
Correct.
obviously a very different, what's the word I'm looking for? Mission statement than they have now.
Right.
Something switched. Maybe it all stems back to her.
So I guess they weren't always like this? I just don't know what made them change.
Finley's just kind of looking back and forth as if he's as that's being said, it's being read in the air, just right, sure. So if everything grows and changes and evolves and mutates and yada yada yada, I'm going to apply this to something that I can think of. What we saw when we saw them was 3 well-mannered children, a baby who, drinks blood, but it's taken from a source that is sustainable and friendly. But we've also seen what I can only assume is the origin, because they're creations of Yofet, who was a trespasser god at the time, so perhaps we're viewing things out of order, and where we see them now might be closer to their truer nature, but their first mother tried to change that?
What did she seem like?
Overwhelmingly glowing.
Radiant, really.
Sorry, so you guys are getting visions? Says Dogma.
Yeah, we told you about the one where we saw the trees.
Oh, yeah. Well, is there a way that you guys can, like, tap into it without waiting for Valador blood to do it?
Can you ask? Can you, the powers that be, your ancestor?
Okay. She takes one sip of whiskey and then goes like this on the table. Can we see, potentially, other things when I ask for them?
What if you don't hear an answer? Can you just, like, concentrate hard?
I need to concentrate hard.
Like, just to, like, make it happen?
Yeah.
What made it happen last time? Just this time?
This time, unsure. First time, Gazania was gonna kill me.
What did you guys say before you guys froze?
We spoke about how Arathia is connected to the siblings somehow.
Well, maybe just start saying buzzwords and maybe it'll work.
Well, sometimes it's like there's a buzz word, there's a buzz location, there's a buzz scenario. Should we push Issa off the roof and then someone catch her, but like make it seem like danger?
What?
I mean, that might... You know what? Honestly, you might be onto something. Because the first vision was because I was almost dead. You know what?
Well, do you think any information from a vision would help benefit you guys now, or...?
The only thing I could see helping is, like, the turning point, right? Like, if we could see the turning point of when they went from, like, this peaceful, like, farm life to now, like, what changed. Maybe we can even see, like, who the new mother is. Also, I look like Voldemort.
You said, this is Yolena, she's like, you guys said the beast changed, or the beast appeared after Ponte, so maybe Ponte is part of it? Maybe if we could teleport to Ponte, maybe that will trigger something?
Maybe. We haven't been to Ponte, so it could be helpful, even just seeing what it looks like.
Listen, I don't want to be the one to, like, say something crazy, but I have an idea. You know, maybe this is all part of, like, the energy of the world, and maybe, like, and, like, beyond, and the cosmos, or something. And
Dude,
maybe...
are you still on that Zen shit?
No, I stopped that a while ago. But I'm just saying, like, maybe you take the thread of the
Take some
thing.
essential oils.
You take the thread of the time, and you dive into it like a lake. I'm losing steam here, but I had something. I'm sure.
This is good. Keep going.
Can anyone cast guidance on him?
My only fear is me and Codex being so close in proximity for this long is probably dangerous.
Oh, so now you're scared of us being close together and possibly getting hurt
now
by
he
people?
saw the demon.
Listen, I'm thinking tactically, and I still was trying to figure out something while we were there. I think we should go, like, soon, because we shouldn't be together that long.
I am aware of that. But also, like, I am worried that we will be underprepared if anything happens.
I think they're obviously just trying to invoke fear into everybody. I don't know. Maybe they're threatened. I mean, obviously they have the bigger thing.
Metaphorical penis, yeah.
Yeah.
I said this to Codex, but they said to you, as long as the sun is shining, they can't get stopped, and you guys already have that ace in the works, so... I mean, all we have to do is teleportation circle back to the keep right after, like, you know, if we have 2 hours and it's a bust, we just take you back and then we go on our way to the Grove and you guys go your way towards Merkside.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that if we go now, see what we can see, and then, like, we can sit back and forth pretty easily. I mean, there's a teleportation circle in the keep. We can get to where we need to go fast and easy.
Do you think that they are working with Arathia?
My theory is that Arathia is the new mother.
Because it would make sense.
The other thing that I was kind of thinking about, and Yelena and how we were all talking about this, and Yelena kind of like chimes in, she goes, well, if they're all demons or celestials or whatever, if Arathia has a god tied to her, a greater god, then I'd have to assume she's more powerful.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. I have an idea. We should probably focus on you, Lisa, if you are the bloodline person.
Okay, what's the idea?
Well, don't sound too excited about it.
I'm not.
I will say, I wish you guys were a bit more positive.
What's the plan? Where do we have to go? What are the conditions?
Well, I'll have to talk with my crew first, but I have an idea.
You talk to your crew, we'll talk to our crew, we'll meet back up after we've talked to our crews. Finley just turns to everybody else going,
Are we going to Ponte?
All right, so with Dogma and Yelena's help to be teleported to the outside in the dark, to the ruined place of Ponte. You see like this small estate that looks like it was probably like nestled a little bit like from the plains that go into like one of this mountainside that is in the wilds, and it just looks like a lot of like moss covered stone and buildings that have crumbled. It looks like it's been a place that was abandoned and left. For not Zabraria, like I know that the Berg is a huge fucking city, nothing compares, but like it's a big city comparatively to like what you'd expect a normal city to look like in fantasy settings that isn't like this gigantic fucking full setting continent engulfing city. But I guess to you guys it looks smaller, but it looks like this like contained place that's kind of been overtaken by nature. Not like a lot of grass and trees, but a lot of like moss has taken over, as well as sand has dusted over it. As you guys kind of walk through, it's empty other than like animals. Like there might be a skittering of like, you know, like a fox here, there, coyotes, but it's pretty empty. It's kind of sad to look at. It is this quiet, exhausted place. Finley, being there once before, you will see like the ruins of the keep that was the Demardis keep. But yeah. So, where do we think the best place to set up would be?
Where did that guy use the first diamond?
Wasn't it near a gazebo or something? Near the Demardis estate?
Yeah, that sounds like as good of a place as any.
All right. You guys walk for a bit. So you guys kind of just like wander through this like quiet city during the night that's abandoned. It looks like it got fucking destroyed, but it has that almost like kind of calm sense of like nature overtaking, which I guess gives some relief to the trauma of it.
If we're looking for a gazebo that's by the keep, this here is the keep. Just gotta look for the gazebo next to this. He's also just kind of like, this is a really sad place. The plants are sad here.
But yeah, so he'll like kind of point off at what looks like that had a large spire that cracked and fell, and you can see the fall, like the tip of the spire that is like now cracked and upside down in the ground as Finley like leads you to this like giant walled keep. It's not exactly, but it does have that feeling of like it's like frozen in time almost. But going around, you'll see like right outside of this large keep, the walls of this large keep area, there is what seems like it was once a marketplace, and you can see this gazebo that has like kind of like a cracked-in roof, and it looks like it's like by this wall that seems to be like where people would have like, it looks like where like that's where like a town crier would be, or like someone's like, let me tell you of the greatness of my juice that I sell, like, you know, like it seems like one of those like the public speaking area. And you do see in the wall behind it is like a clean wall behind where this gazebo, because it's like a half, because it still has a wall where you can sit of, there is this like pierced hole in the wall, which all of you would probably assume is where Balthazar threw the spear and where it landed after it went through his neck, despite it not being too fruitful of a kill. Okay, so this is it. All right, Issa, you still feeling confident enough to do this?
Yep.
You sure? Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to be doing a couple different spells on you. Why don't you just lay down there, and the rest of you guys, why don't you guys all sit kind of like in fetal position, but not exactly. And can you just gather around Issa? I'm going to try to extend this to you guys, even though it's probably not going to work the same way, as Yelena and Hal are going to influence from the outside. I'm going to try to see if I can futz with modifying your memory. And what I'm going to be doing is seeing if I can go back to put you in the vision, but maybe while two things are happening. Yelena is going to be communing with nature, because when I commune with nature, you can get the influence from other planes, that maybe we can draw the energy of that with the memories that this arcane eye is giving you, even though it's in your brain, but maybe sparking whatever happened when that happened. Maybe I can have that with communing. But since it seems to happen under duress from what you guys have said, we're going to have Hal cast Cause Fear on you, which sounds intense, and this is just a test, but it could work, because if you feel under duress, we're going through your memories, and we're also communing with whatever other planar energy. Maybe it can be the perfect baked loaf of bread altogether.
Hey Issa, if you don't want to do this, I can do. I just know you have some memories that you don't want to lose.
It's not going to modify to get rid of I'm
just worried that something potentially goes wrong because this is a big experiment.
It wouldn't make anything go wrong like that. It just wouldn't work.
What's the worst case scenario?
The worst case scenario is we make you a little afraid with Cause Fear for a second, and I just don't touch the memory. And the memory I'm going towards is literally, I'm only touching the memory of you sitting at the the spooky underground tavern place when you guys froze. So I'm only going to that.
So just to the memory of us just seeing the vision, basically.
I'm seeing if there's a way that maybe I can, like, jumpstart a vision.
Okay, so I won't lose any memories?
No, modify memory doesn't even make necessarily you lose. I could modify, but it's not. It's a very precise thing. I'm a very talented wizard. I hope you all know this. I know what I'm doing. And I can choose to not modify. I'm just choosing to put you in that memory position to maybe see if we can take that and heartbeat it into something else.
So there's zero chance that I lose memory.
There's a zero chance of you losing memory unless I'd so choose you to lose that memory, which would be pointless because then why would we're trying to learn about visions, why would I modify you to remember something different and or futz with that memory, because then I'm just giving you a different vision that would make no sense because it doesn't help us. I'm just trying to lock in on that and seeing if we can exacerbate a second vision. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to, but...
No, it's fine. Let me, Shay, can I talk to you for a second?
Of course.
I pull Shay aside. Okay. I know he says that I'm not going to lose the memories, but there's one memory that I have to keep, so I'm going to tell you, but it's a secret and you can't tell anyone.
Okay.
It's only a specific one I'm going on. It's not your entire brainscape. What do you guys think detect thoughts and modify memory do?
There's a really important memory, so I'm just telling Shay, and then I'll be right back and I'm ready to go, okay?
This is also experimental conglomeration stuff. There's always a chance that something goes wrong. I'm just worried.
The only chance of things going wrong is it doesn't work.
Dogma, I'm just saying.
I have made you guys... No, you guys don't trust or believe in me. And it's really annoying.
I'm just saying this is something that... Have you done this before?
Modify memory? Yes.
No. Like the whole conglomeration of all the magic on someone and stuff.
That's not what modify memory does. It's also, at the worst case scenario, if something did go wrong, I know remove curse.
That sounds worse than the worst case.
No, remove curse and greater restoration would restore anything that would have been removed anyway, but nothing will get removed because I'm not removing anything.
Hey, this, I'm assuming, is going to make Issa feel better about being the subject of this. So let's just let Issa say what she needs to say in privacy, and then we'll get this underway. And then Wash is going to light a cigarette and sit down in the fetal position.
Dogma will for on go right and roll his eyes because he doesn't know like Wash.
Yeah, as that discussion's going on, I feel like Issa and Shay are like moving further away to not be in earshot.
When Dogma was like, I'm doing this, she's like communing with nature. And it's like, oh, okay. So like, for a while, he was like, so what are like your favorite, like, what do you find gives you like the best vibe, like plant wise? Like, sometimes I talk to like crops to see how they're feeling and like if they're getting enough water. But like, what's your favorite, like, do you touch the bushes, trees?
Oh, this is just something I know from teaching other people. I don't use it in practice much. Sorry.
He just mouth open, just rat. Well, good luck to you. And then he's going to walk back over and be like, what on earth happened over here? Sidle up and be like, is everything okay? Like, walk up next to Dogma as like Issa and Shay are walking away. And he's like, I thought the plan was for Issa to pop a squat. What's going on?
I don't know. Nothing too new from the usual with the Fated Fates and Dogma.
Well, what?
Dogma being me.
Oh, right. Your Dogma? What would make this feel better? Like, what would make this...
I don't know. I guess I'll just listen to the Fated Fates and fuck what I say, but it's fine.
Are you okay?
Kind of just shrugs.
If you ever... Here's what I do. If you ever feel like you're not taken seriously, or people might not think that you're as competent as you are because you have a cheerful demeanor, or you're big, or you're kind of dumb in some ways, you just look at yourself, visualize yourself. I don't know. Visualize yourself. To me, I'm very beautiful. You look at yourself and you look yourself in the eyes and you say, I am a big, strong Fearbulg. And you say, I am a big, strong half Harengon. And I am a mighty, powerful druid. And you say, I'm a mighty, powerful wizard. Sorcerer. And then it doesn't really matter. Like, other people can think what they think. And you can prove them wrong. You can prove them right. But as long as you feel in here, you're right, everyone's going to have their own comforts and complaints. if you believe in yourself, you can only assume other people believe in yourself. They're just a little silly sometimes. I believe in you, if that helps.
Thanks.
Whatever the plan is, I believe in it, and I'm sure everyone else does.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. It's getting a little frustrating. I
get that. Do you want to hit me?
What? No, why would I hit you? Do you guys punch each other when you guys get upset? What's wrong with you people? Okay, well, everybody, I guess, sit in the circle and let's get ready. Are you guys done? Looking over at Shay and Issa.
Yes.
So you'll watch as Yelena will kind of like start to incant and cast something as her hands kind of extend, and you'll just have this like aura of like this almost like faint, like glittering light aura. It's not like fully like a huge light spell, but it's just like this like glitter in the air, like Pink starts to play.
And then she flies to the air.
So what?
Dogma will then get to you, Issa. Are you gonna willingly fail the save?
Yes.
You watch as Dogma just kind of like whispers something, and you see it like kind of like culminate to like these like little discs that go into his hand as he puts them at the side of your temples, and then he'll like look over to Hal, who he'll nod to, and Hal will come up to like the circle as he casts Cause Fear. Will you also allow this one to? Will you save or fail the save willingly? Mm-hmm. Okay. You watch as Hal basically like crafts out of like his wings kind of come forward, and you see a feather falls on his hands as he like speaks into it, and the feather he's just going to drop onto your chest as you kind of like your heart starts to race and your breath starts to quicken as you start to kind of in a way panic and makes you frightened. At that point, you'll feel the discs that are like on the side of your head as Dogma starts to twist them back. And it's not like it's like he's twisting your brain, but he's like, it's almost like he's dialing back to like go back to that memory, as it's almost like your vision kind of like goes back to you guys sitting at the table in the tap room, as it kind of just like all at one moment kind of like pulses, and at that point it'll make you kind of back into that vision as your eye opens, and for everybody else it'll then open your guys' eye as well, as you're all sucked into what's happening with Issa. You'll watch as from this you guys are standing back to where you guys were at that farm, as you watch as like seasons pass over and over and over again, like however many times, until you see the girls are about like teenagers, maybe like a little bit older. Before they looked like they were like roughly 10, maybe a little younger, but they look like they're maybe like young adults now, maybe just before 20 or something, in like look of age. And Sallmex looks like he's still young. He looks like he might be like 5, so maybe he ages differently, who knows. As the seasons kind of like, you almost see like these figures like they grow, like from like if they're all standing still, they kind of like grow as you watch the white one kind of dwindle, like the white radiant light of the mother, if you will, kind of dwindle away before the entire scenery kind of changes with it to be, instead of being at the farm, they're at this graveyard and they're sitting around tombstone. And it is the sisters and a very young Sallmex and assumedly the tombstone of their mother, adopted mother, or whatever you want to call her. So it just looks like it's like an unnamed tomb with a symbol of like, it just looks like a symbol of like a bouquet of flowers. She said she wanted to make a wish, says Sallmex. I know, says Gazania. You didn't have enough blood, so we couldn't make the wish, kiddo. I know. Aster probably gets, because he's probably sitting like on top of the tombstone in a weird way, and you watch as Aster kind of comes up to Sallmex and she'll get down on the knee and just be like, well, she wished for 2 things, okay? She wished that our hunger could be satiated. And then she wished in a different life, if we could have been just a regular family that she could have always protected. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough blood for the second wish, buddy. How long do you think you guys have left? Who's to say, Sallmex? Says Hila. I think with whatever you were able to do, it just satiated us long enough before we too become statues here. Like the Dweller was supposed to be. Why do we have to be this way? Why did we have... I didn't want to be this way. I know, buddy, says Gazania. But, and you kind of watch as she like extends a hand. Like they're probably all positioned very strangely, like accordingly in this like kind of like almost like mosaic way around the graveyard. As you see Gazania try to like put her hand over Sallmex, but you watch as her hand starts to gray as she'll move her hand back and put it on the tombstone. As you watch as like Sallmex just starts to like cry and like lose his mind as he watches his sisters like turn into stone around the tombstone. And then you just see, like, as seasons pass, and Sallmex just sits there. Same age, not changed, never has blood from anything you see. Until one day, and far off in the distance of this, like, image, if you're looking at the still image, you see what looks like the building of a city that then looks very familiar after a couple more season changes to what was described by Fiara as being Ponte. And you'll watch as one day, as Sallmex is sitting there, you see this group of, like, people in the caravan kind of come in, and they kind of seem to make camp, and Sallmex is hiding behind the tombstone and his sisters, the statues of his sisters, if you will, as they are, like, you just hear, like, kind of, like, words here or there. It's, like, a lot of marbly, garbly, you can't really understand what they're saying, but you'll hear words of, like, non-believers and heathens and all that stuff are said, as they bring out what looks like some type of food they have that is a very raw, like, piece of, like, pork or beef or something, and blood is dripping, and they're catching it in a basin, and you see Sallmex kind of run out, and he, like, comes to the meat, and they look all surprised. They're like, "Oh my god, there's a child! What the fuck? How did you get here? Oh my god, where are you?" Like, you're like, he's pale. He doesn't look right. He looks pale with red hair. He seems, like, really distraught. And he's like, again, he still looks like he's, like, 5. I mean, like, he just looks like he's been, like, a sad little boy there. It's not like he's super pain. Like, he's just, like, he just has, like, the image of a 5-year-old that looks like he's hungry. And he goes over to them, and they, like, talk to him, and they seem to, like, calm him down, and then they give him food, and when they give him cooked food, he doesn't look as happy, so they give him, like, he looks, like, more sad, like, or he doesn't like it, or he eats it, and then they give him, like, more of the raw food, and he eats it fine, and he seems like the color kind of flushes back into his skin. Eventually, they're sitting around, and you can start to hear the full conversations as you see this one man who has this, like, almost like fucking Guy Fawkes brown beard, and, like, black or brown slick hair that kind of, like, falls back. He says, "So where is your family?" "Well, my mom's dead, and my sisters are..." He, like, looks back at the statues and just says, "Gone. Well, I bet you wish they were here." And then suddenly night goes by faster, and they all fall asleep as you see Sallmex kind of sitting there as this, like, kind of glow starts to his hands, and you do hear him go, "I do wish they were here." As suddenly the statues start to break, and you watch as they kind of, like, unfurl out of these statues. They look a bit more perturbed, the sisters. As the calmness that they had before turning into stone, they seem to be more, like, on edge and hungry as they go to, like hungry is not the right word, but, like, on edge. The next day kind of, like, passes, and the sisters show up, and Sallmex is, like, pantomiming, or not pantomiming, but, you know, like, quietly, because you guys can't hear anything, as this time is, like, kind of being fast forwarded through, introducing the sisters to them, and it gets to a point where you hear this man kind of say, "Well, you can stay with us. We are here to eradicate evil people, and we can protect you." And you see the sisters all give each other a glance before flash. The Ponte is, like, on fire. Ponte is burning down, and it kind of looks like you see the three of them and Sallmex returned, like, maybe, like, however many nights later, as, like, the fire in the background of Ponte is dwindling away. They return back to the gravestone, and you just hear Sallmex looks older too. He looks like he's, like, if the fire of Ponte, if you had to assume, was, like, a day, 2, 3 later, and Sallmex now looks like he's, like, 20, like he's been fed. And Sallmex kind of, like, stands with his sisters, and you hear as Aster says, "Well, we have to live. And if we have to do it this way, we have to do it this way. That's what Mother would want." And you're all out of this vision. What I'll say, too, if it wasn't gotten, it seems like him wishing them back made them worse.
Yeah.
I was going to say, for expedience sake, Terrence will just, like, relay what happens in the vision out loud.
Okay.
Partially, I think it's him, like, kind of saying it to, like, make sure he remembers it, and then also to give it to everybody else, so, like, everyone who wasn't in the vision obviously knows.
It's just, like, sitting there, and it's just, like, you can see that, like, while he was tuned into it for most of it, he was just crying. And then when it ends, he's just like, "So, what? It's all just sad, and then something changes."
It was the sisters. They changed. and they came back.
But is it like a diamond where the god that you make the wish through influences the wish? Is it just Sallmex? Is it just him? Is it his nature? He influences it.
I mean, he consumed a lot of blood.
So what do you do when the bad is just the core?
Just their nature.
Then it's conflicting, because then I feel bad, because I've already seen them try to be something else, and then something made them this way. The same way that if I or any of you were to slip into something, I or anybody here would try to save you.
Correct.
Are they beyond saving, I guess?
Who decides that threshold? If a wish made him like this, a wish could change it.
True.
Hal probably speaks up. It's like the first time Hal's ever fucking spoken up. I hate to be the one to be. I didn't see it, so I can't say what you all saw. But, I can't forgive all the things they did just because they lost their mother.
Yeah.
True.
No.
If anything, I guess you could say things didn't have to turn out this way, but they did. And if the wishes just make them worse, then I think they're even further from the people you guys saw by this point, because how many wishes have they made since?
True enough.
Even if it wasn't intended,
It doesn't
I mean,
make
it's sad,
sense.
but they're not those people.
They've become more corrupt as each wish is cast.
I mean, they gave us the warning. She said it herself. Aster told us, be careful what you wish for.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't sound like anything that you guys found out was helpful, so I'm sorry if this was a bust.
I think it was helpful.
I think context can always be useful. Even if they are beyond saving, and even if, like, we can't obviously forgive them for the things that they've done, if there is any chance of catching that take only what you need part of them that might still exist, we could potentially maybe get them to back down. Who knows? That's thinking very optimistically, but there's always a chance.
We never know if every wish corrupts them further, if that one wish was enough. You never really know. And it's not like any of us are thinking about backing down and letting them have what they have and just trying to make sure they just want a little bit less. No.
No, we have to destroy them or they continue to destroy all of these civilizations.
The people they are now deserve to pay for the things that they've done, but now I do feel bad for the people they were, who at least tried to be something else against their nature.
I think this is slowly making me think, fuck the gods. Because that's not fair, and it's not fair what they did to me in Codex either.
True.
I think after, like, if everyone's kind of sitting in, like, a pensive silence for a second, okay, so the plan is now to head back and split up and down?
Yes.
So we were trying to find out information about the dogs, and if Bernard was their dog before, shit hit the fan with the wishes and stuff. Do you think the wish also brought back their dog, and that's why the dog, Bernard, is now potentially, like, the dog with, like, the capital D and is fucked up because of the wishes that they're making?
Most likely.
Or did they just call all of their dogs Bernard because they had love for their dog?
Their life just ended up on a perpetual perverted carousel of everything they knew.
Mm-hmm. It's almost as if they're trying to get that back life.
Or it just sounds like they think that this perverted world that they're doing is the same. I don't think they see the difference. The other thing, too, when you think about it, is I hate to play demon's advocate. I wonder if it's... I mean, I'm not trying to say... Not to go back into the conversation of who's at fault and should we forgive, but I'm wondering, since it was a child demon making these wishes, maybe it's just because if the wishes are made from him because he was whatever diamond of the dweller and whatever, that maybe it's just... I mean, I know we already said this. I think I'm just coming up with an explanation of maybe it's just... Since it was a child making these wishes, and he's still maybe in a weird way, I mean, he's not, but like, it started from a child's wish, and children don't understand things very well, so maybe wishing back his sisters because he was scared, he wished back his sisters that were powerful, and wishing back his sisters that are powerful, knowing they're demons, makes them back to the way that they weren't with the... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wished for the sisters that he perceived could help him best.
Right.
So the question is new mom a replacement figure that has nothing to do with the wishes, or did he wish back a new mom, so to speak?
And then, as the sabbatical ended for Raythia, like Terrence has said, they said their mom
That's
was
my
back.
running theory.
Arathia is potentially the mother. there's the original mother back, or my other thought or theory is maybe they, like, wished to make someone else in the shape of, or, like, mold them? I don't know.
I mean, that would explain the rapid growth of a 12-year-old, but I don't think if it were Arathia...
I didn't necessarily mean Arathia, but...
Oh.
But it could be.
But also, Aster already posed the situation of all they do is say, hey, this is an idea, and the people of the burg do it. People of the...
Well, that's what it sounded like corrupted Sallmex yet again in the first place, since... Because you guys would probably, like, you would understand if that was Baron Garbart, right? That was talking to him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sounds like people who were looking to commit a terroristic attack on Ponte anyway was not the best upbringing for a demonic child who lost his entire family and had the power of wishes. Because I'm sure that he made wishes when he was with his family, if I had to guess. When they were a family, and I'm sure those wishes were fine.
Sounds like it.
Maybe it was always just the darker nature of mortal kind that might have also contributed.
So is the corruption of those that was around Sallmex, as opposed to the more kind, caring nature that was their originally family unit?
Just depends on which shines more. The kindness of one mother or the hate of an entire city.
See, I feel like I would say Seraphima if she was still alive, but... Says Dogma.
Yeah.
I'm sure it doesn't help that so many of the people that made wishes through Sallmex were already corrupt, so that would just make him even more corrupt.
Which makes me go back to thinking maybe it's a wraith, but I don't know.
Now's a perfect time to mention that my parents are trying to get us an audience with the Pontiff, because I feel like politically we could actually do some things with the Pontiff and the King instead of always putting ourselves in life or death situations.
I think, despite we both did and didn't gain a lot of information from this vision. I think we have a lot to think about with it, and seeing this can potentially lead us in more directions than anything. I think we should get back to go do our investigation of the centerpiece. See what we can find out from there. And then if what you guys are looking for isn't in the Grove, then we know for certain or not for certain, but almost certainly that it's in the Onyx Obscurity, and going there is going to be a whole different thing that we'll have to plan for. So... Okay, well, I have you guys' address, so, and hey, Dogma and Delana will stand up, teleportation circle, and get you guys back to the...
Before we go, once they get back, he's going to go, oh, and also, by the way, good job, everybody, it worked.
True.
Issa still has all of her memories.
Yeah.
If anybody would like to congratulate Dogma and the three of them.
No, it's fine.
I think it was very impressive.
It was what it was.
Which was impressive.
Right. So we're gonna go with that.
Do you want to stay? At least for the night?
Get the spell energy back and eat dinner?
Sure. Kind of shrugs his shoulders. I am actually very famished, so I would love some food. I didn't get to eat anything at the masquerade, and so
I didn't trust any of the food they were serving anyway, so I...
Alright, well then, with that, we will call it there. And we'll pick it up next time.
That was fun.